What's up, guys? So in this video I'm going to try to explain on Waterworld the reputation system that involves the chits, the cigarettes, and the government grants. I'm going to try to make this a short video, and I could make it a very long one of all the steps, but I'm just going to be like a rough draft on how exactly to work with this system. So first off, we're going to be looking at the people of Atoll and their chits. So the only places you can get chits from is from the Atoll residences, and the only place you can sell chits to is the people of Atoll and Jan's boat shop. Jan's boat shop is like a jack of all the reputations, so if you have excess of them, you can just sell them to her. You're looking for the Atoll residence. You're gonna zoom on in here into this big old map, and the Atoll residences are all along the edges of the perimeter of the fence here, and there's a couple on the inside. I think that's one right there. I think there's one right there. You'll have to kind of look around for them, but they're all relatively almost free to buy, and you can start earning chits right out the gate. But it is a slow process because what these chits unlock and is meant for like end game stuff. If you found this really squeaky freaking wind thingy, oh man, then you're really close to an Atoll residence. You're going to be looking for like one of these big, huge waste loading cranes. This offloads the waste into ships that these residences have. And now let's go buy it up here. Too fast. And we'll take a look at it. So to get going, the power to the people doesn't actually get you any chits. It does get you some waste that you can start turning into plastics or whatever else. We're not talking about that right now. But the next one down is the high dollar chits and the low cost chits. Now these little lines right here is the option. So we could bring it corn or this. It's not all of that at one time. So the high dollar chits is stuff like cakes, cigarettes, clothes, chocolate, cheese, grapes, looks like olive juice, furniture, a handful of other stuff here that definitely it take a little bit more work to do. So let's look at the low cost chits. That is going to be tomatoes, eggs, bread, stuff that's somewhat simpler to get your hands on. And you could possibly be looking at boosts of these in the future. There's still some balancing with this. Who knows when you watch this video? The moral of the story, it's going to take a substantial amount of work to get your chits from these people. And you'll understand why eventually, because the rewards at the end are ever sweet. All right, so we got our box of chits from these guys. Let's get away from this freaking windmill, and I'm going to show you the generic 3 things you can use and do with chits. First, you can sell them at the Atoll market here, and there's a couple different sell points around this little market island here. But this is the main one that you can offload at, and you get a pretty good penny for them. Next, around the map, you'll see these little silo looking cages that will have either collectibles inside of them or vehicles that you either bring cigarettes or chits or whatever it says around the gate, and it'll unlock the silo. The last thing is the president is going to ask for a ton of chits to get access to him, and in order to do that, you're going to have to get chits from residents and bring them all the way to this location over here that I'm at currently in the bottom left corner. You're going to approach this place right here and basically hop some fences, open some gates, silly stuff like that. Open another gate here. Then you're going to approach this gate here, and it is, imagine it like a silo. As you bring chits here, the gate will slowly raise up. So now let's talk with this chick here, and she's going to tell you everything about this silo. Okay, so that's the basics of the atoll and how to get chits, where to take them, and that's the first gate. So now let's take a look at the next one. Next one's going to be the smokers, and they like their cigarettes. You can find the cigarettes on the fill type menu here, and you can see that Jan's boat shop, she will buy them too, but also the Deacon sell point at the smokers will buy them. Much like how the chits unlocked a silo, the cigarettes here will unlock looks like a smoker jet ski in there. So you just bring your cigarettes here, and those gates will all lift up, and you can drive away with it. If you go into your productions and then go to your greenhouses, you'll see a mod in there called Advanced Greenhouse Small. And you'll notice that you can grow lavender, onion, and tobacco in there. So this is how you start to get your tobacco leaf for your cigarettes. Now currently, besides that little small greenhouse, this other greenhouse right here is basically the only 2 ways that you can get tobacco in this map, unless you make a mod and bring it in yourself. Tobacco is deemed illegal by the Foundation, and only very few select people have the skill to grow it anymore. Let's jet back over to the atoll, and we're going to go to John's workshop, which is on the small little island you very first start off with. When we go there, it'll look just like this, and with those signs flashing at you, you know you're in the right place. Now, his workshop does a number of things that is the only placeable in the game that can do it. So he's also, you can buy this workshop in your placeable menu, I do believe. Now, quickly just going down the line here, he makes essential oils, antibiotics, diesel, or what we call black stuff, olive oil, canola oil, metal cans, nuclear power, and cigarettes. That's what we're after right there, and gunpowders and primers. But we're only taking a look at cigarettes right now because we're going to focus on the rep system. You can see here that it's going to take 110 tobacco plus either some fabric, cotton, or wool, you know, for the actual filter part, which I might add paper to this in future updates, but for right now, this is just keeping it simple. And if you bring all that here, you can actually start making yourself some cigarettes. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie, this is gonna be a painful process for you, the chits, getting there, you know, but after some hard work, you can almost slip underneath the gate. Just a few more. I'm telling you, it's gonna be painful, the chits, but afterwards, it is so worth it. All right, so now we are at the second gate, which she is going to require our cigarettes. There you go. Okay, now the last one is government grants, and government grants is kind of a tricky one because you have to go through all of the scrap pack, and it's working with consumables and recyclables, and I would have to link a whole scrap pack live stream I did if you're really curious on how the scrap pack goes. Yeah, I think it took me 2.5-3 hours to go through the whole process. It's a big and very complex pack. So if you're into that kind of stuff, it's definitely going to be up your alley. We're not going to do that here. I'm going to try to keep it short and simple, but I will go over a little bit and look at the apartment complexes and show you kind of how you get the government grants from that.
Houses on the Foundation surface.
All right, so one of those apartment complexes is right here. We're just going to go check this out. It'll look kind of like this, and we're going to walk up and buy the bad boy. All right, so taking a peek at this apartment complex is another residential. Your first initial one, when you bring it water and power, you're going to get recyclables T1 and wastewater, and then you would actually take that to your MRF, which is another facility. This one right here is going to be the one you bring all that waste to and the recyclables, and it'll start turning it into other products like copper, aluminum, metal, gold, tons of different stuff. Like I said, that's for a whole different video, which I do have a live stream. I'll try to link it wherever you're watching this at. Just look around somewhere for a link. So after you bring all that, all the recyclables to the MRF, you're going to play this back and forth game with manufacturing, adding like glass and stuff like that, to where you're making different consumer goods that the people want to use. And eventually, once you get to T3, you'll be able to exchange those. Was it T3? Yes. So once you get to T3, you'll be able to exchange those over for government grants. And basically that's showing Foundation that you are helping their citizens as they progress into the new world. All right, so we got our last little bit of government grants we got in. Now keep in mind, this may look different. Now in the future, I still have a bunch of 3D models that I'm working on and making. I've put like 3 or 4 months solid into this map, and it's about time for a break. So this area is not as developed as one day it will be. We'll just leave it at that. So when you very first come in here, there might be more to it when you get it, might not be. You're going to come back by this white building back here, and you want to talk to the president. There's a little sign here that's going to say, talk to the president. You're going to come right back in here. Now, there's an inside joke, and there's more to this story. No matter who your political party is, it doesn't matter. It's funny.
Watch me. If you think I don't have the energy level or mental acuity, then you know, that's one thing.
You're going to talk to this guy, and when you do, there is a bunch of triggers all along here. Now I can access them right now because I have the no clip on, but there'll be a blocker right here, and you have to talk to him before these can unblock. This trigger currently right in front of me is going to unlock the weapons cache, and it'll give you a little audio instructions on how to find it, and I'm not going to spoil that for you, so I'll let you deal with that. Next up, you're going to walk right back the same way you came, and there's going to be a trigger right here that gets unblocked. Now this this is one of the coolest ones because it unlocks all the concrete gates all around the map. And if you've played this map at all, if you've seen other people play it, there's little barricades initially stopping you from accessing a trigger until you talk to the president and you earn his respect. And this is one of those triggers that unlocks all those gates. So now you can flip them on and off to your leisure. The trigger right here also has another audio cue that I'm not going to turn on. I'm going to let you deal with it. It is to a supply cache that the foundation, the president, will give you every month or day. Can't really remember what it's set to, but I guess you'll find out. But he'll have a supply cache for you on a hidden island, and you can come here and activate this production and be able to get some extra goodies. This is all meant for some late game stuff. Now, a lot of people are going to miss this one, but at the back of the building there is actually another collision blocker that gets released once you go talk to the president. And you notice back here that there's a little model aircraft carrier, the Nimitz, and if you collect this, it will give you $30 million. And the reason why it gives you $30 million is that if we go right into our boats of atoll here, you will notice that the aircraft carrier is exactly $30 million and 200,000. So it gave us exactly enough to buy the aircraft carrier. So once you go through all the hassle of doing all the chits and all that stuff, maybe you don't want the aircraft carrier, maybe you do, but there's 30 million at the end of the rainbow for you. Something to think about. Now that we've talked to the president, there's a handful of gates at Foundation that you can actually get through now. And one of them is over here by their big dock. And I didn't actually talk to him, but I have my no clip on so I can still show you. But it'll actually allow you... Sounds like me, huh? But now you can actually get through. And that's kind of one of the challenges of the map until you talk to the president. It's hard to get big machines in and out of this place to his really good sell point. So it's kind of a barrier you have to get through. Just in case you didn't know, these metal I-beams that are everywhere right here, take a chainsaw to them. I wish that I could do something else for you, but I just haven't yet. I have a lot going on. But you can chop these down and get through here. If not, this is your only path that you really have until you talk to the president to get in and out of this place. There you go. That's pretty much, I think, all of the reputation system for now that I've kind of set up. I hope you enjoyed. It's something silly, something fun, something different. It's what I'm into, you know what I'm saying? So enjoy, and I will see you guys soon.